2020 was a milestone year for sustainability at Deakin. Not only did we achieve our 2020 sustainability targets, but we escalated and accelerated our commitments. By bringing our carbon neutral target forward from 2030 to 2025, developing an integrated water management plan, and creating the climate-ready campus vision for the Warn Ponds campus. This sustainability report video celebrates these and other initiatives, reflecting on how we've progressed, what we've achieved, and where we're heading. Our sustainability value is deeply connected to our respect for the traditional custodians of the lands on which our campuses reside and the waterways that lay alongside them. We acknowledge elders past, present, and emerging, and thank them for nurturing and caring for country, which sustains us all.
In 2020, Deakin's on-campus activity reduced due to COVID-19 as we transitioned to new ways of teaching, learning, researching, and working. As challenging as this was, there were positive sustainability impacts. We saw a 28% drop in energy consumption, almost halved our water use, and sent 58% less waste to landfill. Similar and sustained reductions will be needed to meet our 2025 commitments, highlighting the challenge ahead. In 2020, we also launched the climate-ready campus vision for Warn Ponds. Through an integrated systems approach, we'll mitigate our climate change impacts, adapt to climate hazards, implement our integrated water management plan, and significantly enhance the campus's biodiversity value. The climate-ready campus will also be a living laboratory for sustainable development by working with students, academics, researchers, and key partners to deliver projects, undertake research, and develop innovations.
Sustainable water management across our campuses is one of our highest priorities. We've shifted our thinking from just reducing water consumption to now addressing the entire water cycle through integrated water management principles. Our Warn Ponds campus is facing some of our most significant water challenges, including a high use of potable water for landscape irrigation, sewerage, stormwater and drainage networks that are nearing capacity, and regular local flooding. With this in mind, we have developed an integrated water management plan for the Warn Ponds campus to help us better coordinate and integrate water management for the site and address key climate risks. As a key part of our climate-ready campus vision, we will address water security by utilising alternate water supplies such as recycled water for irrigation, enhance our stormwater network, and introduce water-sensitive and climate-resilient landscaping to improve biodiversity and campus amenity. Importantly, we've engaged with traditional owners to understand and apply their water management knowledge and values, and we're working with external partners and Deakin researchers to establish the campus as a living laboratory for integrated water management learning and innovation.
Yeah, I think we're really fortunate here at Deakin that we've got this kind of living lab concept, and that both staff and students can benefit from not just doing things at lab scale or small scale, but can actually apply them at field scale. It's great for our staff and students to see things being applied in the real world, but it's also good for visitors that come onto the campus and may be thinking about doing something similar in their workplace. They can see it, live in action at full scale, and there's often a leap of faith between lab scale and full scale in technologies. And so to be able to apply things at full scale is just a wonderful opportunity that we've got here at Deakin.
Mitigating climate change is one of the biggest challenges of our time, and the need to reduce emissions has never been greater. That's why Deakin is committed to become carbon neutral by 2025 and use only 100% renewable electricity. Going further, we plan to become carbon negative by 2030 by removing more carbon from the atmosphere than we emit. We've already come so far, and we've seen a paradigm shift in how we source energy at Deakin. From mid-2020, around half of our electricity was from renewable sources. We did this through the 7.25 megawatt renewable energy microgrid at the Geelong Warn Ponds campus, and by purchasing renewable wind energy through the Melbourne Renewable Energy Project 2 buying group. Looking ahead, Deakin will implement a range of initiatives as part of our Carbon Neutral 2025 program. We've called it CN 2025, and it focuses on avoiding emissions at their source, reducing energy consumption, replacing fossil fuels with renewables, and offsetting all remaining emissions. To do this, we're putting in place projects that increase on-campus renewable energy generation, electrify gas infrastructure, and improve our buildings' energy efficiency and optimisation.
So a building with no intelligence or automation could literally run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week and be burning energy the entire time. We've connected our timetable to all of our teaching spaces where we can, so now those spaces only consume energy when they're actually being used. The designs of our newer buildings, they will incorporate our design standards and our sustainability standards. They have a lot of technology in them so that we can tell them to behave the most efficient way we want them to, and even if the business needs change, we can just reprogram that building to behave differently.
The Warren Ponds campus has electricity consumption of a country town. So being able to build a microgrid behind the electricity meter allows us to directly link our energy generation with our energy consumption. And that the solar array during the day is already reducing that down to zero. The scale and complexity of the Deakin microgrid is appropriate for towns and for villages throughout the developing world. We'll use our microgrid as that example, as the mirror for what will be used in those situations. The next step in the research, we will also create a digital twin of our own microgrid so that we can do the research, we can do the trials, and then translate that and make sure that it's actually accurate on our own microgrid before we then implement it in the outside world. And that is of very great value.
We're working towards zero waste by 2030 by adopting circular economy principles. It's a big goal that will take real effort. On the journey to zero waste, Deakin has begun to explore ways that our waste can be reimagined as a precious resource. In 2020, Deakin progressed a partnership with Close the Loop to transform the soft plastics we generate within logistics, hospitality venues and laboratories into an additive for a sustainable asphalt product called Reconifelt that we've used on campus. These collections will begin in 2021 and will reduce our waste to landfill by up to 25 tonnes per year. Organic waste is also a problem we've addressed. Our 2019 waste audit revealed that 40% of our waste in Deakin's landfill bins was organic and could be composted. In response, organic bins were rolled out at hospitality venues, microwave hubs, libraries and student residences.
I love my job because I do a lot of different things. I get to go all over the campus, every campus. Our aim is that we have a better environment for our children in the future. After the audit in 2019, we realised how heavy organic waste was. That was one of our biggest issues. So we decided to put an extra container connection next to our waste and recycle bins in our biggest problem areas. Now that we've got additional bins around the campuses, the organics go to different places depending on the campus. Warren Ponds Estate goes back into the gardens once it's been composted, and the other locations, it goes to other organisations for composting.
Our sustainability commitments don't only centre on energy, waste and water. We're also focused on our procurement activities, travel and our built and natural environments. The development of Deakin's first modern slavery statement in 2020 adds to our focus on social procurement. For travel, we're aiming to increase public transport usage, ride-sharing and active transport alternatives. In our built environment, our climate adaptation plans identify climate-related risks and high-priority actions to adapt to climate change. And our commitment to sustainable design principles continues to create sustainable campus infrastructure. The biodiversity management plans have been brought to life through our climate-ready campus vision and highlight how to manage critical threats to biodiversity and maintain and enhance native fauna habitats. Our world-class research and teaching is also shaping a more sustainable world. Deakin is ranked 79th globally in the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, demonstrating our measurable contribution to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals through research, stewardship, outreach and teaching.
We're continuing to think big with our sustainability commitments at Deakin, addressing the most urgent sustainability challenges. With our climate-ready campus vision, integrated water management plan and accelerated carbon neutral commitment, we're on an exciting path to reduce our impacts, shape the leaders of tomorrow and enable a sustainable world.